destroy her ego. One skill every man must keep in his arsenal is the ability to destroy a woman's ego. Due to modern society, women have become naturally egotistical creatures, and you do yourself an enormous disservice by pandering like a silly dog to their bloated ego. If you're a truly masculine man, you wouldn't wag your tail and lose your head for a woman, because doing so sets you up for inevitable failure and a lifetime of simping. Unacceptable. And you don't want the life of a simp. Women take them for granted, use them, and brush them aside for confident masculine men who know their worth. These are 8 things you must remember if you want to annihilate a woman's ego. You are the leader. You are a dominant masculine man, and as such, you must stamp your authority on your relationship. You are the king of your life. You run your world. And as the CEO, you should never let any woman make you feel less than a god. Most modern women are forced to take the lead in relationships because emasculated males are not doing their duty as men or fulfilling their role as the natural leader. Before you allow a woman into your life, you should let her know she's coming into your universe, your kingdom, your program. She either accepts you as her leader or leaves.
Craig.
Bye, Felicia.
If she accepts you, she follows your lead. If she does not accept you as her leader, that is okay and her choice. You respectfully remove her from your life, and when she's gone, you don't sit around moping. You move on and find another woman who is in alignment with your energy. As the leader, you are her superior, and everything about you must radiate dominance and power. Women are hypergamous. That is, they always want a man above their level. This implies that she has sized you up before accepting you. Therefore, assuming a superior status does not mean you are a tyrant. It means you are the man in the relationship, and as the leader, you must embrace and fully embody your role. Likewise, she must check her ego, know her place within the relationship, and play her role with you at the helm. Set your standards and hold her to them. A masculine man always sets high standards for himself and for those he allows into his life. Your goals are too important for you to invite obstructions onto your path. If you let a woman into your life, she must bring qualities that complement you, your life, and help your goals. Simps don't hold her to any sort of standard. They are happy that she simply exists in his life. Disgraceful. Before you open the door for her to enter your world, ask yourself, what does she bring to the table?
I don't know where to start. I'll take that one right there. She got to come.
Unfortunately, in today's modern society, most women at best bring only their superficial looks, bad attitudes, and poor moral character. Unacceptable. She will be caught off guard that you will hold her to a standard and that you expect her to meet it. This is because most emasculated simps would let her walk all over them. She will approach you with the same expectation, and you will gladly disappoint her in this regard. It is recommended that respect should be one of your non-negotiable standards. Respect for a man is essential, even more than love. If she does not respect you as the man in the relationship, nothing else matters. Whatever your specific standards may be, hold her to it, and don't lower it for anything. Her ego will naturally diminish. And if she can't or is not willing to rise to the standards you've set, that is okay and her choice to make. She is simply not for you. Reject her and move on. Always be ready to walk away. If at any point in time your standards are broken, you both are not in alignment, or you simply do not wish to continue the relationship, always be ready and willing to walk away.
We could have been a good couple. We could have had something special. But you one crazy ass.
Right from the start of the relationship, you should leave room for the possibility of a breakup, so when it happens, you won't be caught by surprise. When your mind is prepared for it, and it happens, you will find it easy to immediately proceed with your life. Attachment is a recipe for disaster. When you're not attached to her, you won't be a slave to her or the relationship. Your freedom will always be ensured in the case that you or she wants to leave the situation. The person who can walk away from any situation in life when it no longer serves them will always have the edge and control the power dynamic. As a man, it makes no sense to exist like you can't live without a woman. You must never put her on that pedestal. If you do, her ego will grow and she will rule you like a lowly subject. Never chase. As a man, you are a hunter. You go for what you want. Therefore, you can pursue what you desire, but never ever chase. Never chase a woman because it makes you look desperate. Chasing her only adds you to the thousands of simps waiting on her hand and foot, the legion of salivating dogs in the pound. Chasing implies going swiftly after and trying to overtake something that is fleeing or running from you. Pursuing, on the other hand, suggests a calculated effort to overtake, reach, and attain something. Understand the distinction between the two and pursue your wants wisely. This doesn't mean you should be manipulative in any way. It simply means that you should pursue her from a place of relevance with your dignity intact. When you let your masculinity shine, she will want you for who you are, your class, and aura. You won't be one of those emasculated boys chasing her acceptance, further inflating her ego. She will wonder why you aren't chasing her and see that you are different, a cut above the rest. Remember this, never chase her. All the other boys and simps are doing that already. Tell her no. It's completely normal for two people to disagree from time to time, to have different perspectives, or to simply want to proceed in a situation in a different way. You are a rational being, and sometimes women with ego issues will try to gaslight you just to get their way. Unacceptable. Don't diminish your intelligence or dignity to give her the spotlight. She will try to reduce your position with a weak argument backed by emotional blackmail. When this happens, recognize what she is doing and don't be afraid to tell her no or disagree with her. Always stand your ground and retain your viewpoint. Doesn't mean you need to be argumentative, hard-headed, or a contrarian for the sake of saying no. It means that when you have a genuine perspective or a specific way you wish to handle things, you let her know what it is. If she tries to overrule you, respectfully tell her an emphatic no. She doesn't have to agree or even accept your decision. However, she will respect you for having a spine. Women abuse men who can't stand up for themselves. If you always surrender and let her boss you around, she'll wear the pants in the relationship and relegate you to an errand boy. This is one of the reasons why the modern woman thinks they are better than men. A lifetime of countless simps worshiping the ground she walks on, always telling her yes and blowing up her ego. Therefore, as a man, whenever you have the decision to make, you must proceed how you want to and in the way you see fit, regardless of the outcome and her reaction. Do not seek her validation or validate her looks. You can identify the worst simp straight away by the way they obsessively seek women's validation. You shouldn't be the one seeking her validation. It should be the other way around. She should be seeking your validation if you're truly the leader and the man in the relationship. Simps want to be accepted by her. You do not need her acceptance, nor do you care for it. You're an independent man with absolute confidence in yourself. As long as you understand your power, external validation will mean nothing to you. She will respect the strength of your character and keep her ego at bay when she's around you. Also, there's no need to validate her looks. That is something that was given to her at birth. Every other guy already does that, and she has heard it a million times. Validate her for her accomplishments or who she is as a person. Give her genuine and unique compliments for her inner substance and not her superficial layer. If you're in the business of constantly telling her how beautiful she is, it means she has no real value, and you are simping with no real standards. Flatline her ego by not needing her validation. or validating her based on her looks. Because if you do, you're no different from all the other soy boys. Prioritize your life and goals. It is common for average men to bury their dreams when they find their so-called dream woman. You'll lose your bearing and sense of priority if she's all you think about for all your waking moments. Your life needs more content than one woman at its center. She should not be the center of your life. If you ever feel your focus shifting to a woman, you must call yourself back. This is because giving her so much attention will only oil her ego and hurt your ambitions. Your life, purpose, and goals should be your focus. This cannot be said enough. Neediness is a sign of weakness. If a woman feels like you need her all the time, she will use it against you. By always wanting to be with her, you put yourself in a weak position and on a leash. Most men want to be around her 24/7 and follow her around everywhere like her shadow. Disgraceful. If you want to shrink her ego, you have to limit the amount of time you spend with her and on her. You should generally be busy living a fulfilling life and pursuing your goals. When she doesn't have you around all the time, she will value you and seek you out. Never argue or get emotional. The woman is the emotional being, not the masculine man. If you get overly emotional around her, you signal a masculine deficiency. Usually, when a woman is angry or moody, she will get emotional and may try to argue with you. In this situation, emasculated males will either submit to her or become argumentative and get emotional. In either case, if you let this happen, she wins. However, it's not a contest if you don't cede your emotional high ground. All you have to do is remain steady and unmovable in your feelings. You are a woman's anchor and her mountain, and she must always see this assurance in your stoic attitude. She can get emotional all she wants. Her biology has built her like that. It's your job to remain steadfast. Bruise her ego by not lowering yourself to her level when she inevitably acts up. That is like arguing and becoming emotional with a toddler who's throwing a temper tantrum. Unacceptable. As the leader, you must never argue or get emotional. If you do, how would you be able to lead her in a masculine way? Instinctively, a woman's ego leads her to want to emasculate unworthy males and assert her unnatural dominance. However, a focused, independent, masculine man will not be susceptible to such emasculation. Just by retaining your masculine core with these 8 principles, you will remind her of her place and completely destroy her ego.